Can you hear me? Yeah, fine. Have you gone through the, or just you, have you seen, see how everyone is planning to write prelims next year? Anyone who have a plan that you will not write, means 2-year or 3-year plan? Nothing like that, no? There is nothing wrong in it if there is a 2-year or 3-year plan. Okay. Now try to first to understand. Okay. How many of you have attended any classes before regarding this? Any person who have attended, not from here, from any other classes? You have attended classes. Okay, fine. Now if you just see before any classes to be started first, you need to understand two very important things. One is that every student will have in your, whenever a student start to plan to prepare for civil service examination, a big question mark arises, and that is there in your mind now also. That's why you're sitting here also. Can I qualify this exam? Anyone is having this question is there in your mind now? It's there. It will be there. Can I qualify civil service examination? See, the question is, can I qualify? It's not about prelims, it's not about mains. It's about whether your name will be there in the UPSC rank list when finally UPSC publish the result. This question will always arise. So is there any person without this question who's sitting over here, that will I qualify this exam? Whether I have the ability to qualify this exam? This question is there for 99% of the students. I will not say 100%. Now to the answer to this question is, I can't explain in a minute. It requires some patience. I'll tell you my experience with the students. Okay. First of all, how many of you have started this preparation just a year back or 2 years back? How many of you are just going to start now? You're just going to start now. You're hearing what is civil service examination for the first time. Try to understand, because these questions are interrelated. First of all, the answer to this question, anyone who are sincere, this word is very important, sincere, committed, and really want to qualify this exam can achieve it. The answer to this, how you can do it, I have not explained, but these things are very, very, very important. Students have to be sincere, you have to be committed. Commitment in the sense that you can be committed only to this exam, not to anyone else. And you need to be ready to work till you achieve your goal. Now these requirements have to be there from your side. I'm not telling you that this is a very difficult exam. I'm not saying that this is a very difficult exam. What I'm trying to say is that what generally you people don't do, that initially, see, I'm not talking about the entire students. There are students who are very much committed, who are sincere, who have worked hard for 1 year, but they have not produced any result. The reason is very simple. They have not got the right guidance. They have been misguided. So both the things have to be there to qualify. The answer to this question is, any person who are committed, who are sincere, who is ready to work hard to whatever extent to qualify this exam. Along with that, when the student is being guided with this, see, I can see the fresh energy, I can see many of persons who are sitting over here with, you have that energy to qualify this exam. Now what happened with these students? What is the problem is that the energy loses after time passes, because At time, what happened generally is student after certain period of time, when they don't, you people will not get the right content or right guidance, you deviate. And what the generally all the institution does is they put blame on students that you are not capable, so that's why you are not performing well. The reason is the guidance what is required from a student point of view is not been given in the first instance itself. Their target is just give you some classes for 4 months or 5 months and finish it off and tell them that the classes are over, now you do it yourself. They are not being guided how to prepare, what is the requirement, how much time you need to commit, what is the way to prepare, nothing have been given. Now here, keep these two things in mind, okay? If you ask yourself, first tell the answer. See, first a person should have self-confidence. What is required is self-confidence. So that is lacking in you. That's why you are here with this question, can I qualify this exam? So you have to tell yourself, yes, I can. Now that, see, even though you are not aware about this exam, first tell yourself that I can qualify this exam. Now if you are not telling it now, do it after 2 hours. After this session get over, after knowing what is required from you and what the institute will provide you, and if you feel that you can do it, then tell yourself, I will do it, I can do it. Then after that, see, saying it's not sufficient. Saying that, okay, I will do it, that's not sufficient. Now, plan accordingly. Plan accordingly in the sense that, okay, till this point of time, I have seen lot of students coming to me and telling that, sir, till my graduation, I was a student like this. I never study at all. Or I study when there is examination is nearby. So that's not at all a criteria for this exam. That's not required here. What is required? Now what will you do? During your graduation time, that was sufficient to qualify your exam. That's why you have done like that. It was not your fault. Okay, try to understand that it's not your fault that during your graduation time you studied less, because nobody have told you the significance. See, to qualify graduation, that much effort is required. Whether it is, see, there are a lot of engineering students used to come for civil service preparation. Then for other, even my background, I have also done BTech. Generally, when I was a student during that time, I study only for 2 weeks before the exam, or whenever there is exam, 2 or 3 days. That was sufficient to get 75% marks. Okay, so that 75% mark is, they never check into any other thing. Only they will look into the marks. They will look into the marks. But here, in this exam, it is different. So I am telling you, your thing, okay, I was not a bright student during my graduation days. Or some students are there, I am the topper during my college days. Both are same for me. In the sense that, for me, your past is not important. For me, your present now is important. What is your commitment now? You know, who are being more successful in this exam? It is not those people who are performed well in their college time. See, there are some people who have performed well, but generally, if you take the overall results in civil service examination, those who have performed well in relation to the success result, I'm not talking about top 50 rank or top 100 rank. See, civil service every year will produce 1000 results. I'm talking about that if you see the result from 101 to 1000 range, the students' background, see, mainly are from North, especially Bihar, UP, so many students, even from Kerala also are there. But if you look into their background, they were not at all academically bright students. Then how they have qualified is very simple. they were having pain. They were having pain to, they really want to qualify this exam because they were been, during, they have not, since they have not performed well during their academic days, they have not got a good job. And the family or everyone is blaming on them. In that scenario, they got a ray of hope in this exam, because this exam says that any graduate can write this exam. Now they have come with fire. They are ready, because last 4 years or during their graduation days or after, now they regret what they have done or the mistake they have done during their graduation days or before that. Now they want to, they really know the mistake, but the parents, the environment is not ready to accept them, not ready to believe them. Now they want to prove themselves. They are ready to do it to any, they are ready to go to any extent. They have the fire. I am saying those people only have qualified. Along with that fire, if they have got some idea about this examination and they are prepared for it, they only have qualified. Now why I am saying all these things is that, now what happened with these academic brilliant students who have come? Because during their school days and college days, they were toppers. Now when they start civil service examination, they are not able to become the topper in the initial stage. They can't absorb the result. They are getting frustrated. Oh, how I am not able to perform well. How can you perform well? Because what you have studied in your graduation and school days is different from civil service examination. For civil service examination, you are entirely new. You're getting the point. So here, in the initial stage, you might not perform well, but you need to be patient. So here, when anyone, now here in this examination, especially in a batch, civil service aspirants, almost I believe, everyone have the same energy, same capability. Now here, to become the topper, it's about your commitment. So how much you have, and your smart work also. The way you, I don't believe, see, hard work is very important. See, but it's not about 12 hours study, or it's not about 14 hours study per day. Same effort you have to put, same hours you have to work. So initially you can't, see, again this problem arises. Sir, I have never studied in my life for 12 hours or 8 hours or 10 hours. How can I do it now for this exam? Now I am telling you to just go back to the thing what I told you. There are people who have a lot of, means in the they are just qualified only graduation. They have never studied at all. They don't know how they have qualified graduation, but they have qualified civil service examination. Reason is simple. Reason is simple. They changed. You have not studied during your graduation days. Reason is, I already told you, simple. It was not required. But here you will study, but with a difference. You will study not with pain. You are getting the point. See, during our school days, same with my case also, during our school days and college days, we have studied without enjoying the studies. We never enjoyed studies. Have you ever enjoyed your studies during your school days and college days? Very rarely, very rarely. Now I am telling you, preparing for civil service exam is, you will enjoy it. You will enjoy to prepare. That has to be recorded, because once you start enjoying this preparation, you will not realize how many hours you are studying. Why you want to count the hours you? I don't believe in quantity. Believe in quality. What you learned today. Ask this question, what you learned today, rather than asking how many hours I have studied today. Why you want to know that? When a 24-hour day passed away, have you gained anything new which you are not aware of, especially for this examination? Now this is what, so now when every day passes, are you gaining new knowledge, which is again the knowledge which you gain has to be relevant for the civil service examination. This question, this word is very, very important. Relevant. The knowledge which you have gained. So this term is very important because it's a part of smart work. Generally, a normal student lacks. I told you, you need to be aware of what, you need to check your work, quality of the work. Today, I am going to study something. Now, what is this something? Is this what I have studied today is relevant for the civil service examination? How will you know that? How will you know that? The day means that the content what you have gone through or what you have understood today is relevant for civil service examination. Answer is very simple. Just see the syllabus, UPSC syllabus. That's not sufficient. And also the previous year questions. Now I am telling you 90% of the civil service aspirants starts their preparation without knowing these two. They just go and attend classes, attend for 4 months, they finish their classes. Once they write the first exam only, they realize that they have something wrong went with them. Then they will start researching themselves. What went wrong? Then they will realize that what you have studied for last 1 year was not at all required, means many of the things which you have spent time was not at all required for this exam. Your 1 year gone. Then what will happen to this student with so much of energy? Now student realize the mistake, but parents will not realize the mistake. Now parents complains. Why? What you are doing in the last 1 year? See, the parent never complained during the school days or college. They complain, but not severe like after graduation, because it's not their fault also. Now they are expecting you to go for employment and take care of them. They will see, majority of the students' question will be like this. How many years now I have to, again, I was believing that, okay, that pressure will come on you, that you require a job, so, or the time has come to settle down. This pressure will start creeping on civil service aspirants from every side. Or if the parents are supporting, then your friends will again put pressure on you. How? They didn't went for civil service preparation. They, after graduation, they tried for a job. After 1 year or during their time itself, they got a job. Then when you look into them, they are well placed. They are having some job. Well, who are you now? Still studying. And what is your future? No idea at all. Then again pressure comes. Then what student will do? They may try for 1 more year, but with less energy. And after 2nd year, they will decide that, okay, I am not a capable person to qualify this exam. So it's better, let me quit and find for some other job. This happens with majority of the students who have come. See, we have an institute in Trivandrum also. So here in Kochi, we don't have this civil service culture that much like in Trivandrum. Why I am talking like this? It is literally pain to hear these news from students. Now all my students in Trivandrum batch have attended 2 classes, 2 institutes, 3 institutes and 4 institutes. And finally with some effort, the situation now arises that they will not believe any institute. Because institute promises so many things, same thing, so don't believe us now. Don't believe us also. Don't believe anyone in the first itself. Wait and watch. So don't believe in what they say, believe in what they do. Don't trust anyone what they say, because in 1 day or 2 days people can say anything. So what I am saying now, don't believe me or don't believe what we are saying. But it doesn't mean that don't hear. Use your logic, you have brain, right? You are a matured people who are 21 years, minimum 21 years have crossed. So just understand what I am trying to say to you. What I am trying to say is, lot of capable students have come with lot of energy. I am talking about the Kerala atmosphere, who have come to Trivandrum, been cheated, and finally comes to a conclusion that they are incapable and have quit and gone back. I don't want that thing to happen with you people or not with any students. Now try to understand. First, it's not about a student's capability or capacity decides whether he has qualified or not. What has happened is the initial takeoff. How he has started. If he has started in a wrong manner, after some time passes, things will change. That's very important. Second is your environment. Your environment is your biggest enemy. Your environment means it can be anyone. Now I am not telling your enemy, because you have to control the environment. That's very important. Do you know your environment? Your environment is your family. I am not telling your family is your enemy. Don't think in that way. From your examination point of view. From your examination point of view, what happens is that your environment doesn't know what is civil service examination. The environment doesn't know where you stand. Again, your friends, they will demotivate you. Are you mad to prepare for civil service examination? Your friends will tell you, are you mad? Do you know what was your performance in your college days? You were a dumb student then. And now you are preparing for civil service examination. But your friend doesn't know that pain is there in you. That fire is there in you, which was not there in your college days. That you are ready to conquer the world, that much pain, that much energy is there in you. So again, what will happen to this highly energetic person now, who are transformed person, who have realized the mistake, what has happened with you. Now when the environment gives you negative energy continuously, slowly it will creep into you. That energy will also started coming down. You also think that, yes, you again go back to past day. So I am not whether it is like that. So what I am trying to say is, control the environment. In the sense that you can't do anything with your family. Make them understand what is civil service examination. Ask them 2 years of time. If you are starting now, ask them 2 years of time. Tell them, in the next 2 years, don't disturb me. In 2 years time, I will qualify this examination. But in this 2 year time, don't disturb me at all. Because 1 year is required for exam. So why I am telling you 2 year, I will tell you. This 2 year calculation also I will tell you. 2 year is required, I will tell you why. Now if you think that, say again the problem with the student is, student will come 3 months before the exam and tell me, sir, I want to qualify. What you have done? I will start now, sir, I am ready to prepare anything. Then I will say, okay, what answer I can give to them? Okay, you try. Now try to understand the significance. I am telling not that you are incapable. I am telling to what others are doing. Just come to this point. Let me conclude this. See, more than your hard work, controlling your environment is very, very, very important, because this is the biggest experience I have seen in the last 5 or 6 years with my students' relationship. What I have seen that the capable student, when they were almost ready to qualify the exam, the environment will demotivate them, and what happened is that they have to quit. Quit in the sense that it was not that they have, so all the hard work what they have done have gone waste. So that's the reason why I'm just telling you in the beginning itself, if you can control the environment, then only start your preparation. Otherwise, don't waste your energy. Don't prepare if you can, but it's very simple to control the environment. The environment is the people surrounding you, the people who have influence on you. So there are two types of people. One is people who can positively influence you, the people who can negatively influence you. What is positive and what is negative, that you decide. Now, when I say positive influence and when I say negative influence, I will say only from one viewpoint, that is civil service examination viewpoint. For me, see, that negative influence is not negative for other aspect, from my aspect. See, for me, the world is only about civil service examination. So I'll give you one example of what is positive influence and negative influence. Your mother or father is telling you, daughter or son, I know you are saying that, dad or mom, I am such an incapable guy. How can I clear this civil service examination? Then they are saying, yaar, I know your energy, I know your capability. You prepare, you will qualify. That is positive influence in relation to civil service examination. You are down, but positively someone is telling you that you have the capacity or capability to qualify this exam. Now, what is negative influence? Your friend is telling you, see, that influence is not normally negative. It's telling you, yaar, I got a job. What job you got? I got a job. I am not explaining what job it is. Are you interested to come for this job? Now, you can't say that's a negative influence. But I will say that if you are a civil service aspirant or something like that, which will deviate you, you are going to prepare, you are going to start your preparation. You are going to just start your preparation. Who are completely unaware. See, there are two types of things here when I give the example of job. Already a person who is in service and a person who is going for any job. Already into job, and if you are satisfied, if you feel that, see, job is nothing wrong and it provided, it will allow you to prepare for civil service examination. The problem is a job which will never allow you to prepare for this civil service examination. There are jobs like that you need to decide. Okay, so what will happen with you? You will come to a dilemma or some other influence, like which will, a person is saying that like this, okay, yaar, do you think that you will qualify? This question will ask you first time itself. You are going to prepare. Next day he is asking, he get to know that he is your very close friend. It's get to know that you have started civil service examination. Question is like this: do you think that you will qualify this examination? Is it a positive influence? There are friends like that. Hi, I'm very happy, yaar, you're preparing for. I know you have the capacity. You have not utilized it in your college date, but I know your capacity. It's good. You have taken a good decision. I also want to join, but unfortunately, my family background is something different. So that's the reason I can't prepare. That is positive influence. A friend can do like that. Then the biggest enemy is not your friend or your family, but there are people in your, there are relatives. I'm telling you, they are the biggest enemy for any civil service. I'm telling you, that's my experience. They will come and compare you with their children or their some other children, and what they will do, they will not trouble you, they will trouble your parents and go. And when you come, your parents are like this. You don't know what happened to your parents. See, I can see your laugh. It means it's happening with every one of you. What you have done? No, what they have done? I don't know what they benefit from it. This actually what's happening, the problem with me now, they will come to me. The students will come to me and tell, sir, I ask them, why you are not performing well? Sir, pressure. What pressure? Then I said, what can I do for them? It's impossible for me to handle all these matters. For me, from the institute side, what we can do is, we can give them the correct guidance, we can give them good classes, we can give them the good study material and ensure that your quality can be upgraded or enriched. For these issues, what the institute can do? The institute can't do anything at all. What I am trying to say is that now itself, now there are, see again these influence, the relative thing, or it can be family friend also. It's not required a neighbor, a family friend who comes, see these the people who come regularly visit our home is the biggest problem. They will come and put the negative seed and go back. And the negative energy will be there at your home to destroy you. I am talking about only civil service aspirant. I am not, so for any other job it is, or any other exam, it's not a problem. So tackle this biggest negative environment. So the problem is, make your parents, so here use your emotional intelligence to convey to your parents that what is your status. See, I'll tell you how to resolve this crisis. You need to update your parents what you are and how much improvement has happened to you. You need to consult them, or you need to inform them the transformation happening in you and how much is required, how much quality enrichment is required to qualify this exam. So that they will also know that, okay, my son or daughter, so that they can control the negative element. You also see, for you, you cannot control these negative people. What you can do is, you can control your family. You can tell them, first of all, if it is possible, don't entertain these people. But they are helpless. So tell them that don't, these negative influence, ensure that it never reaches me. Or if it is reaches you, you deal it positively. Tell them, when I started, I was this. Now I was this. Answer is, I'm telling you, all of you are sitting over here, you are now zero. Not from any other point of view, you are zero in relation to civil service examination. I'm not saying you're zero. It's good if you feel like that. It's not to hurt anyone. It's always good to realize that you are absolute, you are nothing, it's not required. You need to be like that. You don't know anything about civil service examination. If you have some little bit knowledge, I used to say partial knowledge, that's dangerous. That's dangerous in the sense that that will always come as a block when you are getting new information. See, for civil service examination, what I am telling you, this civil service examination, it's not tough, but it is dynamic. This exam is dynamic. It changes regularly. This exam is changing regularly. I'll give you examples of 2016 prelims. It is different from 2015 prelims. Now you can't complain that this examination is difficult. You can't complain that this examination is difficult. Now again I'll tell you one simple logic. Okay, 2015 prelims, see, don't get confused, I'll explain it. 2015 prelims and 2016 prelims. It's different. Different in the sense that there is no change in the question paper pattern at all. There is some subject wise the UPSC have changed their standard. Now, if you think from this point of view, I'd seen that from Delhi, people using Facebook, using Kejriwal, dumping all the textbook, standard textbook, which student used to do, this polity, Lakshmikant, the spectrum, modern history spectrum, they are dumping all these things and telling that we don't read. It was a joke from the civil service aspirants. But I'll tell you the reality. The reality is the changes in UPSC have been conveyed to you in the 2015 mains. 2015 mains continuity is 2016 prelims. If any student who had seen the 2015 mains question paper, see, again the problem is this change we have already recognized it. That's why if you ask our 2016 prelims student how was their prelims paper, for them it was not a difficult paper, because we trained them by seeing this. We have not conveyed how this year paper will come. So many people didn't believe us also. They believed on the prelims day. We said that these questions is going to come in 2016 prelims. Now again the funny thing is that the 2000 people who are, this I am telling from Trivandrum experience, the people joined in April and May. I told them to study these topics for 2016 prelims. They half believed. Those who have believed they will clear prelims. Now those who have not believed, after 16th, just 2 weeks back, they went for the examination, they came out and they told their friends, now I am going to start studying seriously. Now I trust. The problem is, see, it's not wrong with this, I am not complaining student. The problem is, this pattern change is very important. The pattern, how UPSC will not drastically change. The UPSC changes with certain factors keeping in mind. For you, that factors is not important. That's important for the institute. That is the job of the institute. That to convey to you what is happening in relation to civil service examination. But what we expect from you is your commitment plus your control. That's very important, your control over the environment, because most of the time the environment plays a crucial factor. And again I will tell you, especially in relation to girl students, because for them the boys are relatively better in controlling their environment. I had seen this year's prelims itself. Girl student, I don't know what happened with them. When they went for the prelims examination, they will panic. On that day they will panic. Again, the problem is for them controlling the environment have become biggest problem. For them additional headache is there. What is that? Marriage. Because they have already been conveyed to you, okay, 1 year I am giving you. If you don't qualify, I will get you married. Already parents have conveyed that message. With that pressure only they are preparing for this exam. Now what can I do for that? Now try to understand, the people who are qualified, don't think from Kerala alone. Think from the people who are competing for the civil service examination. I am telling you now, this is actually, the Kerala culture is in relation to civil service examination, the support culture is very, very bad. Now think from states like UP and Bihar. I love these states because they support their child, they are ready to wait and patient. You know, what is a child from UP or Bihar or even from other states, northern states, how they clear civil service examination? Try to understand, they are not at all having capacity like you, but they qualify civil service examination and they become IAS officers. Reason is very simple. Parents convey to send them to Delhi. Delhi does not have any special. I was there for 4-5 years in Delhi. The specialty of Delhi is that it has a very good culture. It has a very good support. More than that, the parent support. Parent will tell them, child, you go, do your graduation there and there itself. Do your post-graduation then and there itself. Come back only after clearing this exam. Come back only after clearing this exam. And they will go and stay in a place where there are a lot of civil service aspirants there. There will be people who are prepared for 7 year and 8 year or even 10 year or more than that. So their knowledge helps these new, it's not the institute in Delhi supports them. I'm telling you, in my students itself, there are so many students who have gone to Delhi and have come back. In Delhi, what is the specialty is this culture. There are a lot of people who have been dumped there, who are there for long years. People who have written 5 times mains, went for interview 4 times. So these veterans, you will be meeting them. When you have a cup of tea or in your nearby hostel, when you have your breakfast, when you have a lunch, you will ask them, bhai, kya kar diya? What you have done for reaching interview for them. I'd seen freshers who have seen a person who have written mains, they'll go and run. Sir, kaise kar diya? How do you have done it for prelims? Then they'll say, yaar, wo to full bakwas hai wo institute. He will say like this. Then what you have done? Aise karo. You do like this. Now what I am trying to say is, this culture is not there in Kerala at all. That's the reason why there is good result from north. Now it's not the problem because here the Kerala culture is very different. We are not at all patient. We want IAS or IPS, but to get that we'll never show patience. We want it, but we want it quickly. That's the problem with Malayalis. I'm also Malayali, so I have the right to blame. Okay, so this has to change. You have to convey to them because I am literally fed up with this negative influence to my students. That's why I'm conveying it now. Generally I don't say in my orientation class, but I have to convey it because lot of pain I am also bearing because of this. What is happening with my students? Okay, now come back, but keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. Believe in yourself. I'm telling you. Believe in yourself, try to control your environment and ask your parents 2 years time. Don't ask them like in UP or Bihar, they will not support you, like you go and finish it off and come. They will not do like that, but ask them 2 years time, that's a safe time, okay, and tell them in this 2 year, don't pressure me for anything. Don't pressure me for anything. Because this exam requires preparation without any pressure. Not only pressure, it always requires constant support. Sometimes when you feel low, there has to be someone, especially your parents, have to support you. So convey to them what is happening with you, how you are improving. That will make a very good rapport with you and your parent. They will start believing in you. A person who have not done very badly in your graduation time, but they can notice your changes at your home, your studies, your movement, everything, and talk to them. Don't blame them. Talk to them. Talk to them about your change, what you are gaining, how you have transformed or how you are transforming. Then, so this is the most important requirement, more than knowing civil service examination, that I will convey to you, more than civil service examination. These 2 factors is very important to qualify civil service examination. If it is not there, if this factor is not there in you, how much capable you are, how much hardworking you are, finally this will going to trouble you, or this will deviate you from your ultimate goal. Okay. Now keep this in mind. You are come to the first question, can I qualify this exam? You yourself now itself tell that yes, I can. If you say no, or if you say yes, no answer to this question, then I'm telling you, you are defeated in the initial stage itself. You tell yourself, whatever your background, whatever your academic performance, you tell this answer to yourself now itself, yes, I will, or I can do this exam. I need to know what is this examination is all about. If I know this exam, if I know the requirement, then surely you can qualify. But the provided, after knowing this exam, you need to prepare accordingly. That's very important. You need to prepare accordingly. Commitment is very, very, very important. And ensure that your studies, you enjoy. Don't consider it as a burden. Enjoy it. Don't consider it as a burden. Like during your college days. In college days, you never enjoy your studies. But I'm telling you, the subject, the syllabus, the question paper are very interesting. It gives you a lot of knowledge. It tests your personality. It will transform you. And if you're serious, you'll surely enjoy this examination process. Okay, so don't count how many hours you are investing. Count how or what knowledge you are getting. Now again I told you, there are again a myth or even very old civil servant, old IAS officers who are secretary or who are retired, in their interview talking like this. If you want to become a civil servant, you need to know everything under the sky. I hear this when you hear this term, people will panic. Oh, I don't know anything. How can I? See, it's not everything under the sky. Rather, what is mentioned in the UPSC syllabus and what is required. If see, all the questions are from, you have this 2 sheet. It is not anything under the sky. It is from this only your prelims and mains question have been asked. So please try to understand more than reality about civil service examination. Lot of myths have been conveyed to civil service aspirants. Okay. Now, if you see, now we'll come to the real. Actually, our orientation starts now. Just now I was telling, but without knowing the basic requirements, this is what I feel that more than knowing this examination, to qualify for these requirement is very important. Now try to understand, just have a brief idea about this examination. Prelims, mains, interview. People say it is a 2-stage exam, but I say it is a 3-stage exam. Why people say 2-stage exam? Because they have combined these 2 stages. But since all the 3 are different, I always convey it as a 3-stage exam. Okay. Now for you again, to reduce your pressure, I'll say one thing. Don't think about qualifying this exam, then what I should think? Think about how to achieve a certain mark. Think about achieving a mark or score which will help you to qualify this exam. What is the difference? Don't think about qualifying this exam. If you know that to qualify prelims this much mark is required, you try to achieve for it. You're getting the point? You just first have an idea to qualify prelims or to qualify mains or to be your name in the rank list, how much mark is required. If you know that, and who are you? You are 0. From 0, you have to, see, I am telling, it's not, I am telling your mark. Now, you are 0. Now, from 0, you will work now onwards and ensure that your mark increases and reaches that score that will help you to qualify prelims, that will help you to qualify prelims, that will help you to qualify mains, that will help you, your name will be there in the rank list. Okay. Now, from a prelims point of view, there are 2 papers are there, General Studies 1 and General Studies 2. Both are of 200 marks each. Keep this in mind for prelims. How many papers are there? 2 papers are there, General Studies 1 and General Studies 2. I told you, if someone is having, have got some idea about civil service examination, I don't know how much updated you are, because lot of changes have happened in relation with civil service examination. The latest update regarding this prelims, GS2, just have this idea, General Studies 2. Some students call it as CSAT paper, Civil Service Aptitude Test paper. Just have an idea, this paper, this GS2 paper have become qualifying. It's there in the material. If you see the actually all the thing which we had given in the syllabus is from UPSC only. UPSC have conveyed this information. Union Public Service Commission have conveyed. If you have noticed one thing, read note 3 in that box. Just mark it, note 3. This paper now is qualifying. It has become a qualifying paper. Qualifying in the sense, it is explained there that 33% marks is required to qualify. Mark of this paper will not be counted. Marks of this paper will not be counted. You getting the point? Marks of this paper will not be counted, but at least you need to get 33% marks. It means 66 marks is required. Earlier it was not like this. In 2011, 12, 13 and 14, 2011 means this paper was introduced, this CSAT paper was introduced in 2011. In 11, 12, 13 and 14, this paper total marks and GS1 paper total marks were added, and finally rank list finally the cutoff score were decided. But from 2015 onwards, because of the pressure from the North Indian students in UPSC have made this paper. So you need not to know what happened that time. What you need to know is now what is the situation. There is a CSAT paper, GS2 paper is there, General Studies 2 paper is there. that paper is comparatively easy, but there are some students who are not able to score 66 also. But generally, 66 marks in CSAT paper is not that difficult, because it will have it's there in the syllabus. It is mentioning. See the syllabus of GS2: comprehension, interpersonal skill, logical reasoning, decision making, general mental ability, basic numeracy, data interpretation, or English language comprehension skills. So it's comparatively easy, not that difficult to get 66 marks. Okay, so just have an idea. It's only qualifying. The marks of this paper will not be counted to decide whether you will qualify prelims or not. It will not be counted. But what is required is you need to achieve minimum 66 marks. Now from 2015 onwards, this paper have become, General Studies 1 have become the real decider that whether you will qualify prelims or not. Whether you will decide prelims or not, the decider is General Studies 1. Okay. Now again, if you see the prelim syllabus of General Studies 1, you just have an idea, you just go through it. The General Studies 1 syllabus. General Studies 1 syllabus. General Studies 1 syllabus. It's not working, huh? Oh. See that it is mentioned, just have an idea. Current events of national and international importance, history of India, world geography, Indian polity, economic and social development, general issues, and they have given you they have not mentioned syllabus, they are just given some topics. Now by going through this, how will you come to know, or from this, what will you study for preliminary examination? Now the real interesting factor is, again, the biggest mistake what generally student does now. They study civil service examination only from prelims point of view. Many of the students, when they start their preparation, they have been misguided. What is the first biggest misguidance a student will get? They will be misguided to say that, okay, people have conveyed this, that preliminary examination is the most difficult stage in civil service examination,